Today we are going to be going over the wheel. It is located in 1.1.1. The wheel is multiple lever arms attached to a single shaft. We call this the axle. So you can think of it as just a simple class, a second or third class lever. Now this depends on where the driving force is. If it's an axle driving wheel or a wheel driving the axle. That determines on its mechanical advantages. So you need to know who is applying the force and where. Are you twisting the wheel or are you twisting the axle? So can you think of an example where the wheel is driving the axle? You're pushing on the outside rim of a wheel, trying to twist the interior. Think of your steering wheel in your car. You put the force on the outside of your wheel, turning the central axle, or a shutoff valve for water, your stovetop, all are wheels driving axles. The opposite would be a car tire, which is the axle driving a wheel. The IMA of a wheel deals with, again, its distance, its circumference over circumference. Now circumference is 2 pi times the radius, or pi diameter. So we're going to deal with this, the pi diameter. Again, pi times the diameter of the effort over pi times the diameter of the resistance. Put that as a fraction. The pi's cancel out, so it's just your diameters, or even your radiuses, compared to each other. So all I have to know is what is the diameter of this wheel compared to the diameter of my smaller axle. So in this case, what is the above axle if the driving is a wheel? So it's wheel driving axle. So that's 6, because that's the effort. You're doing the effort in the axle, and it's driving the wheel, which is at 20, so 6 over 20. What is then the IMA if it's flipped? If the wheel is driving the axle, that would be then the opposite, 20 over 6. AMA is then just the amount of force again. So we're looking at the force applied, or force resistance, which is 200 pounds, again, compared to the effort force of 70 pounds. So what is the AMA, where if the wheel is driving the axle, so you're pushing on it? That would be 200, that's what's resisting the motion, the axle's resisting that motion, over the 70 pounds, that's what you are physically doing, and that's going to give you a mechanical advantage of 2.86. Notice that a wheel driving axle is mechanically more advantageous. On the other hand, an axle driving a wheel actually has a disadvantage. So the cars actually have a disadvantage in their driving car. But you can't have a bigger axle than your wheel, or you have a steamroller, and that does you no good. So now let's look at the efficiency. What is the efficiency of this wheel? Again, efficiency is AMA over IMA. Please rewind to look and find the IMA and AMA of this particular wheel. Now that you've found it, 2.86 is your AMA, just up here. And your 3.33, that which you got in the previous slide, was your IMA. You do the fraction, multiply by 100, and again you get 85.9. So you're losing some energy due to friction within the actual axle wheel system. If you have any further questions, please ask your teacher.